At Pineapple, we believe that furniture that is mindfully designed plays a supporting role in the healing process. So if you involve the right persons on the front end with those design ideas, so you're involving occupational therapists, you're involving nursing staff, you're involving people in facilities, EVS, environmental control, you're pulling in subject matter experts, so architects and designers that are focused on challenging environments. And then you're taking that feedback and you're making changes to the product. You end up with a piece of furniture that supports the staff, supports the caregivers, but also is there for someone in a time of crisis and as a support, and that's awesome.
I'm Jason Beshore. I'm a healthcare principal at HDR Architecture. I'm also one of the subject matter behavioral health experts in our national practice here at HDR. I've been doing healthcare architecture and have been in the profession for over 25 years. And specifically am passionate about bringing better outcomes to the behavioral environment through innovative design. You know, I think the big thing is we see a lot of furniture on the market for behavioral health that is the product of a chair that was a chair, and now we're trying to make it behaviorally safe. And there's opportunities to understand what's on the market for that furniture and how can we create furniture that's based on the needs of the patients, and how can a piece be created for what's happening with that environment and not modifying something that was already in a normal environment. Spending a lot of time doing behavioral health design, you walk down halls and there's patients on the floor and they're rocking and they're sitting on the floor making that rocking motion. They're doing this. That rocking motion naturally creates chemicals in your body that soothe you. And if I'm not in crisis, if I'm looking for something to sit and to be in a TV and be in a safe chair, but this is about how do you create something for that patient that's rocking on the floor, that's not ready to get that far up the floor. How do we soothe them? How do we wrap them? How do we create that piece? So it really started by saying, you know, we have to find something better for even these patients. These patients need a tool that they can go to be able to better be able to treat themselves. How can I self-treat myself?
So I'm a sensory occupational therapist, and I also oversee our recovery program. So my goal is to help people be as independent as possible so they don't have to come back to the hospital. I do that in a variety of ways, one of them being crisis prevention, intervention, and de-escalation, and I teach people those strategies as well. I absolutely love this chair. It provides you with proprioception, tactile, and vestibular input, where most chairs just give you vestibular. So the proprioception input is really important because that is what tells your body, I'm safe and I'm calm, I'm here, everything's okay. So it helps switch off that fight or flight switch in your nervous system to be present in the body. The proprioception is important for that safe and calm feeling, but the tactile provides touch pressure when you combine those two together, and that's really important for our folks because in a behavioral health setting, we're not allowed to touch them and give them that physical comfort that a hug would provide. So it's a way to get that pressure and that touch that says, everything's gonna be okay, you can get through this. The other piece with the vestibular input, I find that this chair provides better vestibular input. It allows the user to remain in control of the movements. A lot of other rocking chairs don't let the user control their movement. They're rocking forward or backwards, and it's pretty fast, and that intensity and the velocity can actually trigger your protective reflexes and make people feel scared or like they're going to fall, which is not ideal in a crisis. So the Boden Rocker allows the person to keep their feet on the floor. They can have a slow, controlled rock, and that control piece often translates to self-control and independence and confidence in being able to self-soothe and de-escalate themselves in a time of crisis, and that's huge.